seen the 15th? It's a cold, rainy night in Florida. Things certainly are getting darker now. We are riding along with a police officer, an imposing one, Officer Demetrius Stanley. His mustache is larger than when we saw him last. His aviators are more imposing. Both hands are on the wheel. There's a figure in the back seat, shrouded in shadows. Officer Stanley addresses his prisoner as though he is continuing a conversation we haven't been privy to. Until now, that is.
That's exactly what I said, Bub. I said these are new times. Times that require precision.
Officer Stanley takes a gigantic inhale through his nose. He keeps talking.
Times such as this require orders. Discipline! There will be men such as me who rise to the occasion. And there will be men who such as you who make mistakes. Mistakes that's got to be corrected. That's what I'm doing right now, correcting a mistake.
The shadowy figure shifts in the back seat.
I'm not saying we won't honor the rule of the law. I'm saying the laws might begin to shift, to change. And there'll be need for men such as me to do what I've done to men such as you. That's the way it goes in times such as these, bub. You'll get used to it.
The shadowy figure begins to chuckle, softly at first, then louder, then louder. Officer Stanley tips down his aviators and looks into the rearview mirror. His electric blue eyes are electric. The shadowy figure keeps laughing, gets a few words out through the laughter.
Oh, Officer Stanley, you're too much. Men like me. Oh, Officer Stanley, men like me. You're really too much, Officer Stanley.
The shadowy figure finally stops laughing. The back seat is suddenly bathed in light. A young woman sits unassumedly. She's smiling. There's nothing exceptional about this young woman, nothing out of the ordinary, but her eyes glow with presidential illumination.
My great-grandfather was a man of some heft, Officer Stanley.
Officer Stanley is visibly confused, audibly too.
What? What happened to you?
It was simple mutation, Officer Stanley. All of us are mutating now. That's the way it is with organisms, with enzymes.
But when I picked you up for jaywalking on the corner of Corona Street and 18th Avenue, you were
something else, Officer Stanley. You were something else, too. All of us are changing now. As I was saying, Officer Stanley, my great-grandfather was a man of great girth. Horse carriages groaned at the sight of bathtubs. Cow. Oh, he was something of a raft in times of tumult. Some of his genes are with me now, Officer Stanley. In the back of this automobile, I can feel those genes activating even now, even as I speak to you about times such as these.
The young woman suddenly grows a thick mustache. Her belly begins to expand. She expands. Officer Stanley is confused, horrified, visibly, audibly too.
What's happening?
Oh, pandemic, Officer Stanley! The free market! An opportunity to make some hay out of horses. Infection, Officer Stanley! It spreads.
Officer Stanley's radio begins to crackle. We have a code red at the station. Repeat, this is a code red. All available officers to the station. The sound of commotion is heard on the radio. Dinah's voice rises above the tumult. Your darn commie orders ain't gonna keep me locked up. This is democracy, and we fine Florida folk have our rights. You was looking for trouble, and you done found it. Now you hear? We hear the sound of one person biting another person, and then one person chewing on the flesh of another person. The sound is unpleasant. The sound is drowned out by the shadowy figure's laughter, which is started up once more.
Oh, Officer Stanley. Things are certainly getting darker now. Officer Stanley. But you are right. These are new times. Wild times. We are in need of men such as you more than ever.
The shadowy figure's mouth opens up. An enzyme climbs out. It is holding a pistol.
Stick 'em up, Officer Stanley. Stick 'em up, Bob.
Officer Stanley lifts his hands into the air. The car keeps driving, propelled by some strange magic.
My friend has a special request, Officer Stanley. To the White House? At once! Step on it, Bob! Step on it, Officer Stanley.
The police car races off into that dark night. The license plate reads 586,999.